So hello again, back to the U14 competition. We just had the U12. My name is David Patterson, and I'm delighted here with Jacob Christopher. Hello, Jacob.
Hello, Dave. It's a pleasure to be here.
How has been the first part of the competition, the U12 for you, and how has been, or what are you expecting for the next one?
Yeah, I think the U12 was really nice. We saw a nice split of the field. We had two ties, both in men and women, for the first place in the qualification. And we managed to split these two guys and girls apart. We have now a very clean ranking. And also I think that there's no one who couldn't do anything. So also the places from the 5th position all the way down to the 10th position, they all could achieve some bonuses at least. And I think that's basically a perfect round, I would say. So we are really happy.
It's really, really good. What are we expecting from this U14? Is it a hard competition, planned, less stops, more complex moves? What can you tell us a little bit about it? What are you expecting?
Yeah, so with the U14, they're already a bit more experienced, of course, than the U12. So you can add more complexity to the movement, which is not to say that the U12 was not complex. I was amazed by their level. But still, with the U14, it's already even more complex and also a bit more powerful. For example, we actually took the boulders of the U16 female round and gave them pretty much as they are to the U14 boys, because there are some really strong U14 boys. And also the U14 girls look really strong in the qualification, so the level is already pretty high, I would say.
I wanted to say, like, talking about complexity, I was pretty amazed to see knee bars and even a lambada, this jump that we set sideways to the left on the 4th man boulder. Who had come with the idea that, okay, they're going to redefine it? Because they did. I was pretty amazed about it.
Yeah, I think in the end it was a team decision. So we discussed every problem in the whole team. And it's always a little bit risky with the very young ones that they maybe don't see a solution if it's very complex. But as I said, I was really impressed by their reading skills. So the lambada, they could perfectly execute it, at least some of them. And also on the blue slab for the boys, there was a really tricky top match where I was also a bit concerned if they would find a solution. But in the end, the best ones could find a solution, which is quite amazing, I would say.
Yes. Also talking about setting, your setting team is actually quite diverse. You have two very strong girls, one Slovenian and one Wiener. How was this for you as an experienced setter?
Yeah, actually the team was super nice. I felt very comfortable in the team, and of course it's always a good thing if the team is as varied as possible, and having two girls in the team is also a very good thing, I would say, because often they are more flexible, they climb maybe a bit more technically, I would say, or in general a bit better maybe than most guys. So it was really cool, and also our own climbing styles in the team differed quite a lot, so I think we could all together create some nice rounds which are as diverse as possible, which is always the goal in the end.
Sweet. Thanks so much for your time, and I hope we see a very awesome competition. Congratulations to the Youth 12, as you said. It went really, really well, and we saw everybody getting at least some top. So looking forward to this Youth 14. Thanks a lot, Jacob.
Thank you. It was a pleasure, and see you soon.
See you soon. Bye. So that was Jacob Christopher from the route setting team, telling us a little bit what went in this first Youth 12, and joining us now will be Bernhard from Boulder Club, the chief route setter from Boulder Club.
Hello everybody.
Welcome here again.
Hello,
nice
Dave.
to have you. We had you last year.
We had a lot of pleasure last year, and we're having it this year too.
This year you're not setting.
Injuries.
Injuries.
Old man problems. Don't talk about this.
It's still strong. It's still strong. Yeah. What have you seen in the youth 12? And you know many of these athletes. What can you tell us about them?
For the U14s, I mean, obvious favorites. Last year defender, champion title for the male, Christian Leitner. But I guess the competition this year is a little bit tougher for him. Like we had.
I mean, his little young brother,
his little brother is
joining
also
him, and he's
the same category.
I mean, if somebody does not know Christian Leitner, he's already climbed 8C outside, and he's 13 years old. But his younger brother, who's 11 years old, he's already climbed 8B plus. So
he's
not wasting time.
Definitely on his heels. But I was very impressed from Giladi. I don't know, Giladi
Moreno.
Yeah, in the qualifications yesterday, he stomped practically every boulder.
Well, he finished first for what I've seen.
Exactly.
And yes, he's also been bouldering 8A outside. I was checking his 8A Ainu, and also pretty strong. I mean.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward for very close results for the men. Root setters need to get lucky if they get a good separation.
Yes, it's going to be a strong battle, and they're doing the observation right now. Right now they're going into what Jacob was before explaining me. The fourth boulder is meant to be like a new style into the old style. So they're starting with a jump and then going into this really French style climbing where you are really balanced.
More or less a classic font problem.
Yes.
Really nasty footholds, just this one side pull for the zone. The upper one, even worse. And then you have to do the kind of classic balance stand up, get the hole. But in front you're normally lucky and you have the edge. Here you don't get the edge.
Yes, comparing to the last competition where there was, for example, for the women, there was a little bit of variation from other countries. And on the men it was completely just Austrians and one Slovakian. This field is way more diverse. I mean, we're having on the women, we're having people from Germany, Austria, Ukraine, Croatia, we're having from Bulgaria, and then on the men we're also having Ukrainian, Slovakian, Austrian, and
Switzerland.
German. I mean, it's very diverse.
The Swiss came with a big crowd.
And they were really strong.
A strong big crowd.
We also know that in the evening we're going to see a very famous Swiss athlete called Petra Klinger. She's joining
Somebody
us.
maybe heard of her.
And she did a really good qualification round yesterday.
Yeah, really solid.
Did you look a little bit at the qualifications yesterday?
Unfortunately for the Masters, not that much. I was more looking at the U16. So actually I haven't seen Petra climb. I saw a little bit of Julia Kruder and Franzi. But this if she topped all 5 boulders as the only athlete, I guess, if I'm correct, Petra, and shows is definitely favorite going into the finals.
And here we have the list of the female, these 10 athletes for category. There's the female, and here are the men. This very strong athlete, Giladi Moreno, who qualified as first, Eddie Boulder, followed by Christian Leitner, a very strong 8 plus boulder. He's pretty much dominated every single nationals this year.
Exactly, and finally he gets some competition. Exciting for us viewers.
And there on stage is the chief route setter, Patrick Sommer, making the very last adjustments. For what they've told me, these boulders are meant to be very similar to the U16 with some adaptations, some extra holes, maybe some extra footholds.
Yeah, exactly. The economics of route setting, because European Championships is going to have the finals there over the next days. So they had 1.5 days for the finals to set here. And I guess it suits well because U14 is really strong. U16 is just a little stronger, so you can adapt the boulders quite easily. Little adjustments, and then you get the right difficulty.
And here we see Julia Pinguera telling something to Patrick Sommer, you've been being the organizer for the Austrian climbing team. And what has been your part in this whole event? Because we've been already for a whole week building the whole stage, planning.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys been for months planning everything.
Planning takes months, yeah.
It's been stressful. How has it been? What's your take on this whole event, which is not small to say so?
No, it's quite a huge event, and I'm especially fond of the youngsters part. And sure, we have the European Youth Championship with the Blockers right now. The qualifications are running, and additionally to get international competitions for younger athletes, it's quite rare still. So we're glad to provide this opportunity, and so my part this year for being injured, I almost would call myself a little lazy because organizing it's just spans over more time than building up the stage and route setting, which is very compressed.
Yes.
Very tight schedule for about a week. But organizing, arranging the sponsors, arranging the area, yeah, all you have to do for putting up a good competition event.
Thanks a lot to you and to everybody who made it possible to stop the channel.
Yeah, a big shout out also to the sponsors. You just have to say, without City of Graz, Wiener Städtische and Bergfuchs, yeah, here you go. Everything you need to know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They're sponsoring this competition, and they're a big part of why this is taking place.
Yeah, to make it possible. Sure.
Make it possible.
Because you always have two parts. One is the sponsoring, and one is the people who put in the effort, crunching their brains day and night
Yes, we need a little bit of
to
everything.
make it work out. Yeah, just look at the route setters walking by with a nice ice cream.
Yes. Still not a lot of people on stage, but it's, I mean, we can forgive them. It's pretty hot.
It's pretty hot. Everybody is hiding in the shadows. So
we see even
it's not on the cameras on the left and the right.
Sunny umbrellas for the
We have
coaches.
some shadows from the trees. And everybody's hiding there right now. I guess this will change.
For anybody who is new to this competition, we have 10 contenders, and these contenders have 4 minutes to top the boulders. In between, for the rotation, there's 15 seconds, so the new athletes can get to the marks, and the old athletes can go back to isolation. There is a total of 4 boulders per category, and they're separated in points. Basically, you get awarded points for a zone. This is a hold more or less in the middle of the boulder, and there's another one to the top, which is the last hold. Basically, you get like kind of a crux here, a very difficult part for one, which is from the start to the zone, and then you get a second challenging part from the zone to the top.
Second possibility for the route setters to throw the climbers off the boulder.
Yes, in Innsbruck we were seeing there were very long boulders, and there were even, I've heard this, there's been the rumor spreading around that the boulders are going to be even longer now, and there's going to be around 2 zones. Have you heard anything about that?
Yeah, sure. I have, and if you're planning competitions, it's always somehow in the back if you could improve the format somehow, because that's the way how people who organize this work. I guess it's not a bad idea. You just get more diverse results. I mean, the US nationals, for example, they also awarded points, and you get a little less points for each try.
Yes.
So if you get 10 points for one hold in the first try, you get 9 points in the second try.
Right.
So it's also a quite interesting format. I'm curious if the IFSC will start with the Youth Cup maybe to try out this format, how it works out.
I mean, it makes it quite interesting, because then you don't have to wait if somebody gets to the zone or to the tops, but every single hole counts, and you're getting more
exactly
exciting.
Yeah, more exciting, and subtle changes make a big difference in the results. So just getting this one hold more can push you up in the ranking.
Yes.
And I guess this is, for the viewers, more exciting. It gets more tight, because now with the competitions, if we have somebody who is quite good and he flashes the first 3 boulders, and the second needs tries and tries and tries, and maybe misses a top, the second the leader just has to get the zone, for example.
Yeah, there's even some kind of other competitions, not like formal competitions, but like there's the Adidas, I think.
Yeah, the
which
Rockstars,
is
for
like
example.
ones against each other. So there's two
Yeah.
athletes and they have to fight against each other who climbs a boulder faster.
Yeah, also has its advantages. I don't like it that much because if you go, we got our first athletes out.
first
We use
athletes
this for the next
outside.
break to talk about other formats.
And here we have the first athletes, Xaver Grosswand from Austria and Lotta Meerlander in the middle.
From
very
Switzerland. Lotta is from Switzerland. Is she?
Lotta is definitely from Germany, sorry.
Germany, sorry. Aye, Xaver is off to an easy start.
Yes, I've heard this is the very easiest boulder from the round. And Jakob says that there's the trick.
Just too confident a little bit.
You have to get to this very thin slot and jam your hands inside and activate fast enough. And
activate fast enough and keep the body tension.
And in front of us there's Simon, podium athlete, the very youngsters.
Yeah, and Lotta in the middle also already reached the zone. First try. This part, the sequence is quite complicated because she goes directly because the athletes have a lot of possibilities to place their feet. I'm curious if we see some high foot placements on the left pinch.
Yeah, Jakob was mentioning that there's a possible two solutions, which is to make an E-bar or just campus it. Yeah. She tried to campus and it looked not too far away, to be honest. It
was quite close.
Yes.
Xaver had a second try. He cruised the first try so easy to the top.
I mean, it's a pretty physical boulder, but also easy to
quite
read.
Easy to ride, yeah.
Straightforward, just pulling on crimps. Here we see again Lotta. Let's see if she reads this knee bar intended.
Yeah, high placement with the left foot.
She
goes for it.
Jump again, and unfortunately it doesn't quite. I mean, the crimp on the left side is not even a proper crimp. It's just like
it's just a some. It's a slopey foothold.
It's a texture hold, right?
Yeah, exactly. The textured slopey foothold just to make the pinch a little more side pulley. Because you shouldn't be able to hang on. And you always, as a root setter, it's always you always underestimate one guy who is able. You don't think you can hang on, but one guy is always hanging on, or one girl is always hanging on this crimp, so you don't give them any edge.
Yes. We're also having a little bit more shade, as we can see. Xaver, he's resting quite comfortably here on the floor. It's not so hot, and there's a little bit of a breeze moving around.
Yeah.
It was very, very warm as the U12.
Yeah, I was watching the U12 from the coach's zone. There's the burning your brain.
Xaver says he's been in some podiums, but he's not very been dominant in the nationals. Struggling a little bit, not being able to get as high as in his first
try was so really solid one.
He still
didn't expect it that he is going to struggle again.
No, he cruised it. He looked really like, oh, that's a walk in the park.
Yeah, I already thought, we misjudged the boulder way too easy. But we see they did a good job.
I mean, it's something that happens to us every single time as climbers. We go the first time, you really
try, you don't have any expectations, you just cruise it. And then you start thinking just a little too much.
And there you are, Lotta. Managed to get this.
Nice.
Oh my God.
Close one.
She's been awarded the zone, that's for sure.
That's for sure, yeah.
It's just about getting the upper part. There are two pinches, one very thin, and the other one is a very fat pinch.
Yeah.
And you have to go into an undercling, so a lot of body tension required for this boulder.
Matching the top is really strenuous.
And now we're seeing that the boulders are like being a bit more shuffled around, as before they were starting from both sides, like the opposite and then moving to the opposite side. So like for example, the men would be on the left, going to the right, and vice versa. Here we're seeing a little bit more jumping between both sides of the wall. Is there any reason why they do this?
It's just how well I guess for the U16 we will have the straight left to right again, if I'm not mistaken. It's just which boulders fit best for which category, for male or female.
Okay.
Because for some U14 boys and U16 girls boulders, so they switch it.
And here we see Mattis Eisenkopf.
Yep.
He's also a German athlete. And for the women, we have Flora Kronthofer from Austria. She's been very dominant in the nationals. I've been researching a little bit about her. And she pretty much dominated pretty much every single bouldering and lead event.
Looks solid. Oh.
Very lightweight athlete and very powerful for what I've heard. But also very talented. As Thomas Kovaha was saying. And let's see what Mattis can do here.
Trust your skills. Yes.
Classic 1-2. He's going to be warning the zone.
And now keep the tension. Yes.
He went for a more static approach.
Exactly. Yeah, well done, Mattis. Second try, third try?
I think this is the second try. No.
Maybe we missed one.
Second try.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, he kept the tension. Like Sauer before, he was a little too much cruising, misjudged the top move. But great job from Mattis. Okay.
Flora has still not been awarded the zone. She's not made it so far.
Yeah, get up the feet. Yes, solid.
Yes.
Tried now a different beater, I have told. Getting the mini bar in.
But yeah, she looked like she wanted to do that. She raised, I think, exactly how they thought about it.
But she skipped the small chip on the volume on the upper part. She straight went to the more or less blocking hold.
True.
So she has the possibility for an easier beta.
I'm not sure if this volume is meant to be there for anything. I mean,
on the right side?
It's not been chalked.
No.
Do you think it's maybe something so they don't heel hook or no toe hook or no? Just above the zone, there's a yellow hold.
Yeah, exactly. This one, I guess, is just for blocking. That you then can't press with the right foot up there when you're on the top.
And then we see Flora
have to stay lower.
Going again. She's from Lower Austria, from the central upper part of the country. And jumping into the last minute, not getting as high as she would like to.
Yeah.
These 4 tapes, for anybody who's new, we've explained it before with the U12, but I'll go again with it. It's basically delimiting the start position. You have 4 limbs, that's why you have also 4 pieces of tape. And you can choose which piece of tape you want for each limb, as long as you hold 1 per tape and you hold a position. And once you hold a static position or a stable position, you can move on forwards. And then, as we explained it before, there's the zone and the top, which awarded you points. Unfortunately, Flora only got the zone, so she gets points for that.
But the same result as Lotta, I guess.
Yes.
Lotta also got the zone. Just the difference in the tries?
They would come to the same amount of tries, there would be an amount of attempts. And I guess if they had the same amount of attempts, we would go back to what the qualification
worst
round
case
went
is
like.
If we go back to count back to qualifications. So
of course nobody likes that, and hopefully they've done it perfect, the route setters, so that we see a perfect score. And coming into the mats, we have Artemis Sivash. She is from Ukraine, and Yeva Estinkova from Ukraine also.
Same placement in the qualis. It's also nice to have someone you know at the same rotation. You can talk in the ISO. Yes. Relax a little between the boulders.
And here Artemis, Yeva having a go. I think she's not reading as properly, or she's just deciding to match it.
No.
Interesting solution.
Works
pretty well. I'm pretty amazed because sometimes you see kids just doing whatever they want of the boulders. Like maybe the route set they had thought for something.
It's blocked for a reason. But look at her trying to screw the route setters.
And we're having also on the side, we're not seeing it on screen, but seeing
very and the center, main one.
Very high.
Yeah, keep the tension.
It
Yeah,
looks like a
easy.
good flash for Artemis.
Yes.
And
Bravo.
it's a flash.
Yeah. Solid.
Strong athlete. Congratulations. Big smile to the crowd.
Solid. Curious if we got a look at female 2 boulder, where Lotta is getting her tries in. Just a big blue bubble holds to start off.
Yes,
Really tricky to generate momentum off of those.
And then you have to meet the foothold, right?
Yeah,
Otherwise
exactly.
you just being spit out of the wall. And
Yeah, exactly.
it's a jug, but without a foothold, it's just...
Yeah, but this happens. I mean, she can stick it if she just swings a little bit more against the wall. Then she can probably stop it.
Yes, some
But
golden nuggets.
easier if you just hit the foothold.
There you are,
nice.
Save just got this
Starting move.
foot plant on the first boulder.
Yeah,
On
it's
the
also a
second
funny.
boulder.
It's a very funny move. Always getting into the press, and to make the press possible, you have to
And
get the foot up.
I guess this is the second move, which is the crux of the
Yeah.
boulder. About
Because you have to really
holding the
adjust.
tension
I-
is a very...
I also
very,
guess
very
that he has to replace his right foot on the starting hold, just to get enough height.
And
to reach
but
over.
what Jakob was saying, the top, it's not meant to be too tricky.
Yeah,
The day
Lotta
we
just
saw,
managed to put the foot on the hold for the swing.
it just looked so much easier and
Then it
didn't have
is.
to hold so tight.
Yeah. So the front view from a climbing wall is always a little bit deceiving.
And Xavi just trying to skip the second move and go directly to the zone.
Straight.
Lotta going again. She's missing a little bit.
Yeah, a little reach. Guess she rushes a little bit too much.
Looks a little bit richy, but maybe the roots at the start about something else. And there's the top.
top on number 1. Yeva.
Oh, Yeva, the Ukrainian athlete.
Strong.
For the strong Graz.
That
Unfortunately, my focus was totally on Sava. But
Okay, so yes, 2 athletes left here.
curious how she did the first. Nice.
And Sava not quite. Looks like his shoulders, so he was like grabbing a little bit. I mean, it's a very shoulder move.
Yeah, you get quite sore quite fast.
And decided to not take another go. I mean, for 20 seconds. If you know the ball, then you've made a lot of progress.
Yeah,
You can
U14s are already quite good at judging the time. If they have a little competition experience, because we see already that they don't put in like one try after each other, like we had at U12.
Exactly.
If they have a coordination move,
Yes, Thomas
like
was saying
just
like
a 5 seconds more rest between the hard moves, it makes a big difference.
we were previously discussing with Thomas, the youth national team coach, that in the youth 12, like we saw like people just giving 20 tries,
Yeah.
one after the other. Like
Yeah, funny thing at the second boulder, the one who got like he invested 15 tries for the jump, but then he stuck it like 5 seconds before. So that's for the kids. It's nice just to have this experience.
And here we're seeing Matis. Whoa, he
Close.
gets a big spin out.
Yeah, almost stuck it.
He also decided to go to the zone and not really get the foot on the very left. There's a small volume to the big volume.
Yeah.
And what they said is you have to get there.
Yeah.
And here we have in Luisa.
Oh, very strong.
Luisa.
Look at this stretch out.
Wow.
Using
that's
all her flexibility. Really impressive.
From Innsbruck, from
Yes.
Austria. She looks super strong.
Super strong. Yeah, she's super strong. Also, yesterday qualifications.
Yeah,
She
was-
also stayed a little longer, and after the Masters, she tried the slab boulder for the main. She almost, she had some chances, and then the reach came into troubles.
Yes, and I believe this is Michal or Mitchell.
Yeah, boulder 1. Oh, yeah, same like Sava.
The Slovakian athlete falling, completely spitting out for the wall. And let's see if Matis can do something.
He tries something new, mantling up this one. Phew, ambitious. But
Not really
gives up on it.
understanding what to do.
how the boulders are intended to be climbed.
Here we see the photographers crossing around.
Not a lot of time to complete. Those
That's a
hard
good view
boulders
of all three athletes in one picture.
And there we
Close
have
up.
athletes.
Yes.
Bam.
Oh. Ah, that was very close.
Yeah, Flora
Normally-
Kondrafer
Now 2 minutes in this round to go.
not looking
Okay,
as
ready?
dominant as she's been doing the rest of the year, but let's see if she can get it.
Yeah,
this time no
yes,
problem.
that's the way to be.
So far we're having results where Flora is third, followed by Yeva Shankova on second position from Ukraine, and Luisa Hyde, both of them from Innsbruck and Ukraine with the top. And on the men we have Artemi with the only flash, and then Mattis Eisenkopf with one top and two zones, and Chave on third position with only zones. But let's see what Mattis can do. No problem on the
Yeah,
first
he got the
move.
first move dialed. Really
Super
nice.
easily.
And this one.
You have to get your foot. Whoa.
Yeah.
Very hard
And
fall from Flora.
For this kind of move, it can make a big difference if you just adjust your left hand a little, so the press against the direction of falling is a little better.
And there we go. The
Yeah.
1 minute bip. We have 4 minutes. And
Come on.
They know, yeah.
It's getting closer.
He
Yeah.
read it properly now.
Yeah. Curious if the time is enough.
I mean, this is.
Got 1 or 2 more tries.
If you know you're so close, you probably want to rush it, and it's probably counterproductive.
Okay,
Yeah.
come on. Come on, come on, come
But
on.
that was very smooth from,
Yeah.
Mattis.
Even closer.
And Flora going for another go.
Last try.
A
Last
little
try,
bit
the best try.
frustrating as she leaves the mats with a zone.
Ale Mattis.
Probably the last go for him.
Come on. Oh,
And
this was a end of.
Unfortunately,
Yeah, steam was out.
no tops for both of them. No zone also for Mattis. You have to control it, and he just touched it.
Exactly. So.
And we're gonna go with the next athletes. One of the very two local heroes, the younger one, Julia Leitner, and Latinac Marta from Croatia, on both number 1 for the men and for the women. And we're also going to have a first glance at ball number 3, but here's the local hero, Julia Leitner, a very young competitor, 11 years
he's
old,
Definitely able to flash it.
8B plus. I mean, this is the kind of ball that he likes, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm curious if he tries this one static, or he commits to the 1-2. Yeah, just
He's a bit smaller than the other competitors, so
He wants
he's
to
going to
do
have
it
to be
static.
higher up with his body. I think he likes slopers, but he's really used to
1-2. Come on, Julian.
the Graz style of crimps and very
Grazer
hard.
Bergland. Hidden crimps in the limestone.
If anybody's interested a bit about root history, here we have the first 8A of the country, called the Zeitgeist, in
Classic.
the Grazabella and Steiermark. And it's a beautiful place to go climbing, but now we're in the city, we're in the middle of Graz, big hot sun, high temperatures, and a very nice competition going on with the U14.
Thank you.
I'm David Patterson, and I'm happy to have here Bernhard from Boulder Club, the chief route setter, helping me with the
Yeah,
insights.
look at Julian. Just
Yes,
keeps the right
yes,
one, matches the slow. Yeah,
I think the last move is not going to be very hard for
just
him.
keep it. Look how static. He's fighting for it. Come on, Julian.
Looking strong.
Yeah,
Yes.
and he just did what every route setter is afraid of. He just matched the lower white crimp and went for it. Skipped the right shoulder move.
Probably will move him into third position. Yes, second position, because he did it in less attempts, or due to comeback actually. But for
Second
now, let's
position.
stay.
Was the third top on men's one, I guess.
Yes.
Was it? Yes. Yeah. Okay. So, how is Xaver doing on men's 3?
I don't know, but Yeva is looking pretty good here.
Also,
We also
to
seen
commit.
Sava
So meant 3.
is meant to be a savage boulder, like pinches and a lot of body compression. Boulder number 3, as we can see, Sava taking a little bit of a rest.
Yeah.
And Lotta going straight away. I mean, not taking a rest. This is the classic thing that we would see in U12, and we would not expect it so much here.
Remember the judges
He's
are
just
here.
taking time for chalking
sure
and then
that this
jumping back in.
competition
Now,
As fair as possible for all the
Nice
athletes.
to hook.
you have to
Making sure
swing.
that the starting positions
There's the
Yeah.
idea where you can get the foot higher up and then match the right hold and then go
Yeah.
further with the right.
Women 3 is a really nice, powerful boulder.
not only touched.
Campus training pays off there.
And Yeva looking again. Going for the...
The best level here. Come on.
A little bit
Looks
more
like it's a
commitment.
little bit stretched out. I'm
Yeah.
not so sure exactly what they wanted to do there. But it looks a little bit stretched out.
Yep.
And the hold they jump in is no
Ah,
jerk.
it-
I mean, you're going to slope it, so you have to stop the momentum somehow.
Definitely no chuck, so you have to go for it, lose the right hand, and then bring the feet over again. Did Jakob talk about this move?
No, but Anya, the Slovenish root setter, said that you would have to go for that hold. What she didn't say is how to stop it. So I guess
Root
for her it
setter
was kind of
secrets.
obvious. Not so obvious for us.
Yeah. You just have to go for it and move the feet over.
We're going to have a rotation now. Going for the next one will be Makar Inavov from Ukraine on the men, and Rafael Katspekova from Ukraine also on the women's side.
And we're going to see men's 4 and women's 4 for the first time.
Yes.
No, sorry. I'm one rotation too early.
Exactly.
Sorry.
The
Overexcited.
rotation. We have Matis on boulder number 3, but here let's stay
Strong
with
catch
the Ukrainian athlete
from Rafaela.
from Rafaela.
Yeah, look at her. She finds the knee bar. Straight up.
Wow,
Easy.
going directly for the pinch. That was very
Come
intelligent
on.
climbing. I
Yeah,
wanted
really.
to climb with the long pants because she saw that, because it's very,
Yeah.
very hot.
Yeah, that's why she finished this in a flash go. Just don't want to stay out on the wall.
Perfect start. Around
Yeah.
3
Impressive,
minutes 50
impressive.
just to rest.
Yeah.
And Makar Inavov
We got a fancy version on women's too. High foot.
from Ukraine also getting quite high, very, very fast.
Also.
Super good attempt here on both.
Yes,
Ooh, that
nice.
was close.
Oh. Tries to
was-
step on a dual text.
A classical one where you just
Yeah.
stamp your foot somewhere without
Yeah.
looking at it. But he managed to hold it, so he gets a word. And here we see in front of us, you can't see it, but like we've seen the organizer Stoffel Chen with
Running
an
around
umbrella.
with sunshine umbrellas. Helping people survive in the heat.
Here off the main stage.
Ooh, we've seen a good progression in boulder number 3 for the women. Looks very, very good.
Nice. Yes.
I think this is Flora.
Past the zone, Flora. Take
The
your time.
one last, the penultimate hold is not
Nah.
a very good hold. She was jumping
Yeah.
first with the right, bumping back, and then
Back. It's
I
not a
guess
comfortable position, but you just have to.
the foothold is also very poor.
Yeah, foothold is poor. You have to.
But she can use the
You have to-
volume. She was not really.
Sitting on the volume, exactly. You
Utilizing
have
it,
to sit on
exactly.
the volume with the right foot. Make a big flag with the left one.
Exactly. Probably the solution is to go with the left to the very bad and then cross to the top.
Yeah.
All athletes taking a little bit of a rest.
1 minute
And
45
Mikael
seconds to go now.
going again. So he's going for a really slow
Mhm.
solution.
Mikael doing the first move.
It worked really, really well.
Nice.
Ali, 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 come on.
And Flora going again.
Oh. For Flora, I guess the last try. Exhausting try.
And Luisa jumping. She's not very much getting the foothold where she should be getting it.
And she's also one of the smaller athletes.
Yes, she's the youngest, right?
Yeah. It's always, but it's for the youth. It's just an extra challenge. If you're a coach of youth kids, you always will have some easier for tall kids.
I mean, Flora is even younger. She's from 2009. But she,
Yeah.
She's been dominating pretty much everything, which is more impressive, so to say.
Yeah, and also a good attitude. Just wants to challenge herself.
Yes.
Yes.
And now we're seeing here Mattis making very good progression in boulder number 3 in the men. He's going to be awarded the zone. And the hardest move was done now. He was getting this left hold into the volume. And flies out.
Oh,
only 28
heavy.
seconds to go. I mean,
looking at his boulder.
I think
I guess he will
attempt.
Go for the next boulder. But he got the zone. He's the first with the zone there. So some good result.
And so far we're having Xavier on first position, followed by Mattis and Artemi. And by the women we have Lotta, Flora and then Yeva on podium. Both of these women have 2 zones. And now, yes.
2 new athletes.
I'm wondering how
Lorena on female 1. And
I'm wondering how he's going to be doing it, because he's one of the smallest ones.
Yeah, for boulder too. Julian.
Julian is not
also
very
static.
tall.
Bumping there and back.
I think coordination is not his forte, but he will agree with that, so it's okay.
Yeah. Ooh, that was close. Okay, it's going to do that well. Falling completely over.
I believe there's Lorena Trensky, which is making a flash attempt.
Also nice.
On boulder number 1. That was pretty impressive.
Shaking like it was too easy.
The Croatian athlete. On the men, we have Alexander Na from Austria, from Tyrol.
Also good try on the first.
Looks like he likes crimps.
Definitely.
And can he hold the top?
Just shuffling it in.
Yes, there you are. It's the first top for boulder number 3.
Yeah, it was Yeva.
Yeva.
She's going to lead with this, I guess.
Ukraine leading the field. A lot of Ukrainian athletes joining this competition. It makes me quite happy. And we're seeing, like you said before, the first go of boulder number 4 is new school into the old school, and also receiving Lotta.
But Lotta
looking really good
approaching the
here.
top. Just one more commitment.
No.
Yeah, she grabs, makes the face palm because she knows she was there.
Julian looks like he's a little bit stuck in a position he cannot be getting out. I'm not so sure what his idea is. Looked like he was quite stable there. He could rest, but not move a lot.
Not able to move out of this.
And there we saw the jump on the very right side from Xavier from this old school to new. And first female to top.
Latina Chmata. First one there. Strong. And she did it. She jumped over and brought her feet.
I guess there was no trick. It was just jumping and then
commitment.
Exactly. Again, Lotta on the top. Yes, this time, yes.
This time you get the check on the top.
Confirmation from the judge.
Yes.
And super happy.
Yeah.
Just running across the stage. They still have 1
good
minute
performance from Lotta.
Wow.
Julian got it. Really strong, static sit out. Screwing the root setters over again.
Power falls.
Really strong. Come on.
Pinch power. He needs to
he's going for the 1 finger pocket. Ooh,
and doesn't get it.
Really close. How many time has he left? 50 seconds. Oh, maybe he's going to give it one more try.
Xavier not getting quite this first jump.
First zone for Julian, really strong.
There's nothing for stopping the whole body. There's like you have to be very precise because on the very right there's a very small foothold.
It's really hard to hit it.
DJs from Vorarlberg pumping up the music.
Yes, just was saying.
That was a position we were talking about required to make the move.
And he executes perfectly. Okay, let's see Julian again. Getting the foot up, come on.
Still 20 seconds to go. Both are making it really interesting.
Ooh. Julia is
falls
pumped
and
out.
Shava falls out.
A
so-
very exhausting beta he got there. But he managed to do the zone. First one on men's 2. And Xava got the zone on men's 4.
Temperatures are for sure dropping down. It's not so hot as it was
Yeah.
before. The wall has been longer in the shade.
shades, yeah.
So I guess it's going to be quite a lot nicer. We're covering the rotation.
But I'm still sweating even if we are sitting here in the shadows.
We have in Adrian Kathan for Vorarlberg. And on this position we have Sophie Bickel, also from Vorarlberg. Both contendants, boulder number 1. And pretty much every single athlete has chosen to brush.
Oh, good try.
Rafael Katsakova. Ooh, she was one of the biggest athletes and she could almost reach
Do it
without
steady,
leaving her
yeah.
feet. So we're having a really good go at Sophie. Sophie is looking very, very strong.
Yeah, nice two hook.
Pulling also the knee
Going for
bar.
the knee bar or not? Maybe.
And I think
But
we
not-
just missed on
not
the
going
right
for
side
the chip.
top from Adrian.
Yeah, just crushed boulder number 1. And top on female 1. Yeah, she just needed a little bit of time to figure it out, but executed perfectly. Oh, female 2. Yeah.
Ooh, and Matt is almost switching again in the top. The first move of the
Yeah.
boulder.
Nice readjustment on men's 2.
Pretty impressive from Mattis that he could get so far on boulder number 2. We're seeing a lot of people struggling there.
Yeah.
So I think that zone is going to put him in a good position if he gets another top. He needs a top.
For sure.
4 minutes for each boulder.
Mattis
boulders
currently
in total.
sitting in second position.
And she sticks women's 2. Crossing over. She was able to span it out.
We're also
No, just keep the composure.
no
matching it.
problem.
Solid.
Rafaela Kotseva making a top of boulder number 2. It's going to be well worthwhile.
For sure. See, Flora, women's 4,
Looking very good.
working her way up.
Jakob was saying that the foothold on the left was very, very hard to trust in. But we've
Yep.
seen that they are really confident in them.
Yeah, but it's a little bit of a reason why Lotta missed just one more try for the top move. Ow!
And now
And
Florida falls down.
yeah, also a little bit overexcited. 1 second too early. Looking at the top already without placing the foot.
Do you set a lot of competitions for children, for youth?
Yeah, we had the pleasure to set for Styrian Championships in March before injuries.
1 minute to go.
We set that together.
Yes,
So
it was really fun.
it's always, I like to set for kids. I mean, it's tricky to judge, but you develop a feeling for it.
Yeah, especially in tiny positions where your body is
Yeah.
just like spitting itself out everywhere.
Yeah. Ooh, strong from Xava. No, it's Mattis. Mattis on men's
is
4.
getting.
Gets the zone. Had
And
the swing perfectly
we're
died.
also seeing the Ukrainian athlete Maka Inamov also trying to do a mantle on these very poor holds. So it's
Yeah.
just not working out.
Yeah, it's a really uncomfortable position. You don't know where you should press, how you should press.
Flora
Xava got the first
looking like
move.
she wants to jump from there
Yeah. Flora, take your
Now.
time and now commit.
and not quite getting it.
Yeah, trusting the foothold.
Matt is getting again to very high part, but not quite. And the rotation is going to be
5 seconds.
finished. We're going to be changing.
Some zones, some tops. I really like it. I guess the setters did a good job. I can already say that.
We
Got
have the
nice movements.
first and only Bulgarian from this competition, from this category, sorry. Ida Hristoskova, sorry for the pronunciation. And the favorite from the Graz backland, Christian Leitner, very strong contender. Wearing the national team t-shirt, just press the holds. I expect him to flash his boulder, you know. Like
Yeah, you kind of have to expect it. I don't want to put pressure on the kids, but
being one of the
he's expecting him from
tallest
himself.
one and
If he's
also
looking at the
struggles.
boulder like this, yeah, he says, I need to flash it. He would be disappointed by himself.
Come on.
Even making double tapping the left foot to make sure he's got the right starting position.
Alrighty. Come on.
He's not thinking about doing the same as his little brother.
Think
Yeah,
either
so powerful.
get into the very top, same as Christian.
Nice top on Fimmel 1. Already finished. And Christian
Fast flash and
Yeah.
easy flash also for
sorting it in.
Christian Leitner there.
Solid.
He didn't look like he was going to fall at any point.
No. He
Crushing
made,
it, smashing it.
made double sure.
Maybe we're going to see a second top before for the number 3.
Yes.
Yes.
Strong.
Awesome top from Marta
Yeah. Marta, she got
from Croatia. And
as
Christian
far
is
as
looking,
she topped all 3 boulders. Marta, am I right or did I miss something?
let's have a look.
Definitely cruised number 1.
Marta, yes, she's
3 tops
crushing it.
now.
3 tops.
Alexander going for a very dynamic approach on man 2. Wants to go straight to the zone. And Luisa, I don't know, women's, it's Yeva
Yes.
getting
Another
also the
top.
top. Nice. Ooh. Nasty fall, but I guess everything's okay.
Yeah, there were some tops which I was a little bit skeptical, to be honest, because they were looking a little bit like, whoa, people could be injuring. But the root setters are always caring about the others.
Yeah,
it's like
you're
not
always
that they
aware
don't
of
care.
this.
So they have to mix physical and tactical. It's very important, but nowadays it's also about a commitment thing, a mental barrier that you have to get. You have to be able to be strongly mentally and with decision doing the movement. So the mental part is as important as the physical and tactical part.
Exactly.
Lorena, star, no problem with this move. She was going for a different solution.
She's going with a double dyno. Yes, and she gets it.
And no problem. I think
Really
that was the idea they
strong.
were planning to.
Really
And
strong.
that's top.
Boulder number 2.
Congratulations.
And Alexander gets the zone. Second boulder.
Second
Let's
person with
see if he gets the top. Also using the whole
heel
getting
hook.
the head. Yeah, nice.
No problem.
Really
First
good
up
for-
on this boulder number 2 for the men. That's the idea we thought. That's the solution
Alexander.
the root setters were thinking. Unfortunately, Julian got a toe hook and not a heel hook and
Yeah.
didn't manage to get the top. He fell down.
Match it.
Next round. Already with the strongest athletes after qualification. Sophie Kreuzberger bei den Damen und Moreno Pilar.
Okay, we got our last competitors out.
Exactly. The
On
very
boulder number 1.
Swiss strong athlete Moreno.
Yeah,
And Sophie Kreuzberger from Austria, from Finland.
Austria, Carinthia.
She's been also in some podiums, and I'm interested to see what she's going to do here.
Now starting
There's one.
this
She's
round.
taking her time brushing. And female 2
Rafaela looking,
and female 3
Pretty
get good
promising.
tries.
thinking what she should do. Yes,
Yeah, exactly.
That's the way.
Rock on it. And extend.
and no problem.
And not at all.
Another top. I
Another
believe
flash.
She's the one with more tops and, flashes.
Auf geht's. Come on, Moreno. Ali.
Super strong from the Swiss athlete. He went so slow.
Solid.
Many
And
tops.
beautiful. Controlled top on men's one. Yes. He's also expecting a lot of himself. Seeing the confidence, slapping the wall.
And Sophie Bickel getting to the top, to the zone of this boulder number 2, and sticking the jump.
Yeah,
this is gonna be a top.
Yeah,
No problem.
No problem at all.
From Sophie from Vorarlberg. We are seeing Luisa getting very high up on the wall, committing last move.
Exactly. Get the jug. Yes.
Yes.
Big difference to the competitors before. She just trusts her foothold, goes for the jug.
She went with both hands also.
Yeah, both hands.
And really forwards with the upper body.
Yeah, just knowing that she can trust her feet, can trust her technique.
2 minutes remaining on the clock for the next rotation. We already have had every single competitor on the mats. So let's see if more athletes can get this second boulder. Probably the trickiest boulder from all.
Yeah,
but the hardest was the man 3.
Man 3, exactly, is also going to be very decisive. And 4. We haven't seen a top on men's 4, I guess.
Quite a tough route for the boys on the last route.
Yeah.
These hard finals.
Oh,
and
close.
That's the intended solution that we thought, where you leave the right foot and then
swing over
left. So you leave the left foot, go into this small volume.
And stop the swing.
That was not bad on the right side from
1 minute to go.
these Ukrainian athletes, but Slovakian athletes, sorry. But
even
he
off.
was going with too much momentum.
And we saw with Artemis, I guess, he dialed in the speed that well that he didn't even need the foothold to stop, just pressed with the right against the wall. So if you get the perfect momentum for the movement to the right, you don't need to hit the foothold.
Yes. Michael from Slovakia.
He's close.
And here we're seeing the athlete from Vorarlberg, Adrian, not quite getting it. Michael going again. There's only 20 seconds to go. And it's not being quite precise. He's overpowering a little bit too much and missing the foothold.
He's going for one more. One more, he's putting it in.
Why not? It's the last boulder.
It's the last boulder, and well, also did a good job. Can be happy with his results, I guess.
Next round.
So nobody coming to the first boulder anymore, but both first boulders have been topped. We can easily say that they were probably the easiest boulder from all the round.
Seems
probably
to be for both men as women.
A softer round or fitter girls on the women's side. Boys having it tough or not being as strong as the girls. We never know with this.
You never know this. Marta now on boulder 4 for the women. I'm curious if she flashes it. She's definitely a strong contender for the win.
Yes, but for now, let's stay with Lorena. Wow, just went for 1-2.
That's a lot of power generated.
No problem with the zone. Also, we're seeing Alexander from Tyrol.
Man 3.
Looking really strong. Yes.
Good body tension.
And that was, I believe, a top.
Yep. Lorena cruised it again.
Also Christian Leitner.
Cruising it also.
Cruising it
up. He is putting up a fight with Giladi.
I believe that was also flush.
Yep.
So pretty impressive performance where the other people had so many.
Giladi has to keep up with also a flash on the second.
Marta and her last boulder.
It's also a flash try.
Wow.
Yes, good commitment.
Next up on boulder number 4.
Marta from Croatia, no problem.
Quite happy with her performance. Every right to be this.
I think she's the only athlete with 4 tops right
Yes.
now, so she's in first position. Let's see what the other people can do.
Yeah.
And on the very red side, we have Julian Leitner, the very young competitor.
Going for the 1-2 run, yep.
Missing a little bit the foothold. That was not too bad. He was not overpowering. He was letting his hips come into the wall.
And Alexander on his next go for man 3. I guess we haven't seen a top on man 3, am I right?
We have not seen a top, but we have also not seen Christian Leitner getting there.
Yeah, just one zone. So man 3 is going to be the decider.
Ida choosing to jump from the jump.
Oh, nice. She can stick it from low.
Better break, pretty intelligent from her.
Yeah.
I'm not so sure she's confused that she has to get the other one.
Now she's stopping.
Oh no,
that would
confused.
be. She's trying to top the
other
other one.
Trap. It's
oh, the judges can't give this to her. That's a
very confusing top, but the sign it's clearly
on the left.
The sticker.
But I'm quite sure she can do it again.
I mean, she still has got 1 minute.
Yeah. Just don't get it into your head.
Exactly. Don't get nervous.
Take a deep breath.
Compose yourself. You know you've been there 2 seconds ago. You can do it again. Easier said than done, but
yeah, for sure.
She can do it. We
Alida.
believe in her.
Go for it.
And she also knows how to break it. And we're seeing good Alexander on the very left part. Alex.
Not a good attempt on man 3.
Getting a zone.
Just
falling down.
out again. Oh, that's a heartbreaker for Ida. Come on. Not sticking the first move again.
Emotional time, not being able to hold this big jerk. She's been there. We all know she had the time. She had the opportunity to get a top. Unfortunately.
Just had to match the right top hold. That's unfortunate.
Like you were saying, maybe with this score points for the...
Yeah, at least she would get with the scoring.
For
she
the
would get
American
the last
score system, she would
because now she just awarded the zone, like a lot of other athletes have done. And with the scoring system, she would have gone the second to last hold, or the last hold, just without matching.
I mean, they have 15 minutes
observation time,
and they also have a little team meeting where they explain the rules. So
exactly, they know where the hold is marked. It's the same for women's 4.
There's nothing also you can do about it. If it's a mistake, it's confusing at one point, but at the same time, it's your own mistake because the tape at the top is there.
It's the important. This marks the top hold. Curious if there will be a discussion from the coaches. They want to challenge the decision of the judges.
I think there's going to be a discussion for people watching here on internet.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure. Everybody watching in Epic TV, comment below.
We know we are with you. We understand your arguments.
Competitions and rules are
not always
with as least room for interpretation as possible. And if there's the tape with the marking and the top sign, the hold she matched was not the top hold.
So on the men's, the best so far is 2 tops, and for the women there is already 2 girls with
look at oh, he's turning and twisting. Come on, strong boy, man.
Very, very strong.
Really strong boy.
Athlete.
And he's also on his flash go.
Oh,
is it?
I believe so.
Yeah.
So?
Yes. This was the most exhausting and impressive beta on this boulder.
That's for sure.
Being in the human flag position for so long and pumping up.
We've not been actualized yet, but I believe that was a flash.
Yeah, it's Giladi Moreno versus Christian Leitner as far as we go for the boys. And for the girls, we have still, I guess, Lorena in the top position.
I mean,
Marta is still in
Rafaela were both really tight.
Yeah.
Both on goes and zones and tops. So it's going to be pretty interesting. But for now, Kilani Moreno tried the last boulder on 3 attempts. So actually, Christian flashed both and is on the lead, followed by Moreno, followed by Alexander. Alexander having one more rotation, I believe.
Yeah, exactly. He just was on boulder 3.
Here we have Maka Inamov on the very right side, almost stuck in the new skull, getting to the old school that we were talking about. And Sophie Kreuzberger.
Decisive shows is going for the 1-2.
Both hands.
And he got it.
And on our,
let's see how
on the corner of our eye, there we are.
good his slap skills are. Nice.
Maka Inamov.
Moving up.
Being the highest we've seen anybody so far.
Too.
And now it's about
just lean to the left.
Stopping the bando and committing to the top. Oh, no! The top is a good hold, but it's quite covered. So you have to be precise how you latch it.
Exactly, precise and position to start the top move is not the most comfortable one.
I mean, 20 seconds, it's a pretty low, it's a very high risk move. It's not easy.
This
don't want to keep negativity, but not so sure.
One more try.
And
can't get out. But
no
very nice attempt.
Yeah, that was
cruising the slap part where the other athletes have been struggling till now. Just a little slip on the
jumping across from one left to right.
Fake top, we just heard from the judgment. The fake top, kind of. It's evil. Yeah, I get it. Okay, just can agree.
Enjoy the show.
It's nasty.
Don't go anywhere. Right now on stage, the athletes of the future. Already.
And here we have Ida, who had a little bit of a frustrating moment with what we have heard behind on the camera set, an evil top. Going for a go on female number 3, and Christian Leiner looking quite composed, to be honest.
High heel hook, getting into it.
Smart climbing. We've seen.
Nice.
There's where everybody fell down.
Yes, he's going for it.
And it's a flash for Christian Leiner.
Another impressive flash from Christian. Yeah, but this time he's breathing a little bit heavier.
He had to fight a little bit harder.
Had to fight for it.
Ida looking very good.
Yeah.
Wow.
This one she's going to...
Now no evil tops. Yes.
Very strong from Ida.
But anybody who was thinking like she should, it wasn't fair. In fairness, you should always turn around and check with the judge if you are awarded the top.
Exactly. If he's not raising his hands, you're not at the top.
And we can see this on more experience in all the athletes. They always turn around, they have a look, and then they jump down before everything. Because you never know, you know, like sometimes they're not so sure if you were stable, if you were not stable. Better not leave it to doubt.
Alex has a good try on men's 4.
Yeah, he's doing really, really well. Alexander is also sitting now in 3rd position. So far, it's going to be awarded top as a medal. He wants to get there with the right foot, probably for making the last shoulder move. And slips out.
And commitment. Enough commitment.
Lorena.
Yeah, and she also.
Congratulations.
Jumping down
So now we have on the female side 3 athletes with 4 tops. Lorena being the one of them with most attempts, so she's going to be on 3rd position. On 1st position is going to be Marta. On 2nd position is going to be Rafael. Sorry, both Marta and Rafael are both sitting on the same position. What I don't know is how this is going to be going, because we have more competitors. But if there's nobody making it in less attempts, then it's going to be having to go to comeback. It's going to be spread out through comeback.
Alex on his next try for men's 4.
And then you get a glance how bad the footholds are.
Yep. Zooming in.
36 seconds to go. Wow, he got this nailed down.
So
you have to stay, keep the
small
tension.
chips. And you also see a little trick root setters do to make the worst footholds just a slightly bit better. Just putting a chip under these.
But looking really, really composed doing this.
Yeah. Still able to do this.
8 seconds.
Ow.
And I think that's over.
Shaking his head. A little bit of disappointment. It was definitely in his reach. But good performance after all.
So, we're getting close to the very end. Half an hour to go for this competition.
Sophie
The competition will be carried around at 5:30 with the U16, Youth B. So we'll have a little break for the flower ceremony. You can go to the toilet. You can get a cappuccino, get a drink,
get some ice cream.
Get some ice cream, and then come back and watch the Youth B. But we're not over. There's still a lot to go. And let's see what the young Adrian Cathan from Vorarlberg could do. Oh, he's both boulder. Sophie Biekel also making start.
And women 3 and man 3.
We see here Moreno Giladi on the left side. Whoa, he
Also
just
cruising.
flew out of the wall. I mean, he's quite a physical climber, so I think it's going to be suiting him quite a lot, as we saw in boulder number 2.
Yeah.
Strong shoulders. But he's a little bit shorter than Christian. So he's going to have a little bit more troubles probably
And
reaching the second
Sophie.
pitch.
Nice top. It looked very composed on this boulder. Definitely her style.
No problem for Sophie. Many tops for the women's round. Many, many tops. Yeah, Sophie's sitting now with third.
And Adrian also on the zone on men's 4.
3 tops for Sophie with very little.
Yes, at a good position.
I'm going to see a top.
Just, yes.
And first top.
Very good. Yeah, and
he turned around. He looked at the judge. That's what we know.
You get the top awarded.
Experience
Pace.
valuable.
And it's one thing is experience, but the other thing is overexcitement. I mean, you just think you reach the top, you still have to compose yourself and make sure you get it awarded.
Definitely.
Sophie Biekel and Moreno Giladi.
Sophie not quite getting the top that she would like to.
She also rushed a little bit.
Some of the later athletes taking place today will be next week also going into the Munich competition taking place in Germany. But they're going to be tonight athletes like Francis Sterer, like Johanna Feber and Petra Klinger. Also on the main we have big names like Jenne Kruder, the Slovenian World Championships winner from the 2020, I believe, bouldering session. But for now, let's stay with Sophie. Let's see what she can do.
Stay with her. She already made it up to the last move. So.
And also we're seeing Giladi having a little bit of a struggle in boulder number 3 on the red side.
Sophie on her way to the top again. This time she commits enough. Nice.
No problem for Sophie.
Yes. Also excited.
I mean, if Giladi wants to have a a chance to being first, he needs to top that.
Exactly.
Because already he's taken a lot of attempts, but
He's struggling with the second move.
really what he wants is to top.
Gives it another shot for the zone.
And unfortunately it falls out. That's going to lead a very big gap. But we know that the next boulder is not exactly what
Christian is
famous for.
Exactly.
So
maybe roles change again.
4 minutes for him.
Ida on women's 4 and Christian on men's 4.
Alongside with Ida Ruskova.
So unfortunately, Ida didn't get awarded the second top.
Top on women's 2. And there's the zone.
And let's see what she can do with the fourth boulder.
Yeah, but I guess she found her composure again. Going
Christian
into the
also
slab.
going for the first go. I would be really surprised. I was going to say, would be really surprised if he can flush the boulder.
Yep. Nice foot switch.
Either
Very precise technique.
crimp in this very bar.
Yeah.
The very bad foot hold. I mean, that's not a hold into my boot.
Yeah. Everything's a hold.
Look at that thumb over the feet.
Oh.
And Christian is, for the first time in the whole competition, struggling with the boulder.
Yeah, but he got it.
Okay, not
Good
as they
timing.
thought. He stopped against the wall, but it worked out.
Yep.
And I guess this is the part
Good
where he's
momentum.
more familiar with. Slow control, tension.
Matching the upper crimp.
It's a good thing, but a bad thing, because afterwards you have to again change.
No, he's crossing
Or you
over.
cross.
Oh, solid top.
Look to the judge.
And with this,
We know the position that he's going to
yep,
be taking
and I
place.
guess his nose is also.
A very secure position. So he took how many attempts for the last one? 3 attempts? Julian Leitner, 3 attempts. Christian Leitner, sorry, 3 attempts on the last boulder. So he flashed everything apart from the last one. So that's not
Four
too bad.
tops. With 4 tops for the man.
At least he had to fight a little bit.
That's for sure.
There we see Ida. Nobody else is on the mats. There's only going to be
Nice,
one
just working
rotation
your way
more
up quite slowly.
for the last athlete.
Just take your time. Alida.
And Ida.
Zooming it on.
Yes.
This was a perfect execution.
That was
But
very
I get
good.
her disappointment
You can still see in her face
Yeah.
she's a little bit upset.
because she gets top on 3 of the 4, I guess. She just hit boulder number 3. So the evil top.
Evil top.
Root setter and judge just discussing again. I'm curious. But I'm
Yeah,
afraid
3
it
tops and 4
won't-
zones. The
won't
second top
change it.
was not awarded. Unfortunately, she will not make a podium because
And it's
we
really
know-
hard, Baker, because with 4 tops. And
here we have, I think it's due to count back to the qualification route
the attempts
for
for
the Ukrainian
exactly
and Croatian athletes.
Rafael and Marta.
Sad, we don't want to see something like that, but yeah, due to comeback, that's how the scores are looking like. And as we said, Ida cannot be
And
in
the
podium
real
because-
heartbreaker here, I really guess, is Ida, because if she would have got the top, she got the zone in 5 attempts, so it would be tops in 5.
She would have been in first position.
And 4 tops with total 5 attempts. Oh,
That's a big change. when-
that's a big part to get the IFSC thinking.
Maybe a little bit of a harder boulders would have been nice in order to
For the women, yeah.
place a little bit more the field. But we have the last rotation, and we know his position. Guilherme Moreno, he's second. He cannot be third because he already has. No, he's
last
third.
athlete out.
Sorry, he's
Yes.
third. He didn't get a zone, so he's third. If he wants
Okay,
to
so
beat
he's got
Alexander,
something to
he
win
has-
here.
He has to top.
And for Sophia,
And for Sophia, let's have a look at the scores that we have. Sophie Kutzberger, she cannot be on the top because she only has got 2 tops, so she's not going to be in the podium.
She can
Unfortunately,
improve her ranking quite a
every
bit.
single one that's on the top podium, they got four tops. Every single girl that's on the podium. So everything got split in between attempts, unfortunately. Nevertheless, we want to see a top, so let's see what she can do out of this. Your future legends are here on the mats of Graz, fighting for position, having a good time in summer. And thanks to every single sponsor that has made this possible, for every single person who's taken organization, for all the climbing gyms which have provided with holds, as Boulder Club and Bloc
for all the climbers who
and
get in the FA.
They both, all of these 3, they brought holds for this competition.
Exactly. You need a really big lot of holds for putting up a competition like this. I mean, you can imagine it for a World Cup, for championships. Here we have 2 competitions, youth championships.
And even then, we were using the facilities from 2 Boulder walls, which is Boulder Club and Bloc House, for making the semi-finals and qualifications. So it's already like a lot of, we saved a lot of holds.
Yeah, last month. Just the storage tent for the holds. Got like 30 square feet packed. Packed to the top.
Unfortunately, we're not seeing a lot of progression for Hilari. Pretty sad because he was really strong in the qualification round. He was in the first position, and
but Sophia gets the zone. He's trying to jump a little bit too much instead of running over.
The jury president for this competition is Bernhard Steinle from Austria. And the jury president is Anton Baumann, also from Austria. And the result service being done by Tobias Pence and Lena Gasser, which are keeping us updated into these scores. Sorry if there's any confusion today.
Gilado
so you said the U12, we got
the first move.
Different lists, but should be more clear now for this 14th category. And it's looking very promising for Moreno. Palm pressing against this small chip.
40 seconds to go for you, Ali.
Still enough time, no need to rush anything.
Even able to readjust here.
Really strong now, Ali.
They're not looking very comfortable and falls down.
Close.
Okay, Sophie, come on.
Sophie, top move, eyeing the top hold.
Making it really.
Yeah, before we just saw so
exciting.
Nice how Ida went down to get the momentum upwards.
Come on, you can do it.
You want to get your hips from out to left, but the problem is there's no space for your hips to go out to left.
Yeah, just have to get a little bit lower and push all through your feet.
No! She stayed there for 30 seconds, wanted to jump and fall down.
Time is over.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, that's what you talked about before, the commitment part. You need to focus the hold, be sure about your movement,
Unfortunate.
and then go for it.
And then we see the root setters, they're going to take
Just
all
a
the
short
holds that they don't want for the adjustments and leave the U16, the Youth B,
final.
hold as they should be
Leave
on the wall.
So, I guess a lot of nice boulders.
Are going to be setting now.
A lot of nice boulders.
So
nice
this is our
movements,
scores.
strong
For
athletes.
the female, we have Rafael Katsakova from Ukraine, followed by Martina. There was difference between scores, between attempts to come back. And on first position from the Austrian male, Christian Leitner, which is the only one with 4 tops, followed by Alexander with 2 tops and 4 zones. And unfortunately, Gilardo Moreno got 3 zones. He didn't manage to get the 3rd zone. in the third boulder and stays on third position.
Got third zone, 4 tries then Adrian. Also close results, except of Christian.
Pretty good results with the men, not so quite with the female, but overall a pretty nice
Competition, just
nice
strong
competition.
athletes.
For the people watching, I'm sure there was quite entertaining to see, a lot of tops.
Yeah, and biggest heartbreaker since a long time for me personally. I always struggle to see something like this, but if you're coaching kids, you teach them what's the starting position, what's the zone position, what's the top position. I hope she will never do this mistake again. That's the positive you can take out of this.
Exactly.
You won't do this mistake ever again.
We're going to take a little break for half an hour. We're going to be coming back. Thanks a lot, Bernhard, for coming. And thanks a lot. It was a pleasure.
Thanks a lot for everybody watching.
We'll see you again, and next year
stay psyched.
Also route setting. Don't injure yourself.
I hope.
Thanks a lot. And I'll see you later in half an hour for the Youth B category, the Youth 16th, here in Graz for the Bloc Summer 2022. Thanks a lot.
Bye.
The results are now official. Die Ergebnisse aus diesem Finale jetzt offiziell. Please come to the side stage. The strongest 3 female and male competitors. After the last final round, please come to the side stage for the awarding ceremony. Und jetzt die Siegerehrung. Und für die Preisübergabe in Vertretung der Sportlandesrätin Patrick Schnabel. Auch er hat sich die Show gegeben. Der besten U14-Athletinnen und Athleten. And on the third position, auf dem dritten Platz, Lorena Trenschke. Congratulations! And on second place, Marta Latinak. And on number 1 place, Rafael Kacpekova. Congratulations on the first place. Those are the 3 strongest female competitors in this category. Thanks, ladies. Moving on to the boys. On the third position, Moreno Gilardi. Congratulations. And on second place, auf dem zweiten Platz, Alexander Nahr. Und jetzt einen Riesenapplaus auf dem ersten Platz. Christian Leitner, der Lokalmatador, zeigte wieder allen, warum er am Stockerl ganz oben steht. Starke Performance. Riesenapplaus noch einmal an die 3 stärksten Jungs. Big applause to the strongest 3 male competitors. Don't forget The next finals are just around the corner. Don't go anywhere, stay here. Take a look at the working route setters. The next finals will be at 5:30 here with the next category, the under 16 years category. And then it's getting serious with the Masters finals in the evening. So grab a drink, grab something to eat, don't go anywhere, and enjoy this beautiful day here at Tagewerk. See you in about half an hour. Bye bye.